Hello everyone, greetings you all to the YouTube channel of Code to Enhance Learning. My name is Ravindranath Sirvat and I am excited to welcome you to this tutorial. Today we are working on an interesting and useful project. I am creating this project as a part of Code to Enhance Learning mission to inspire innovation and enhance learning through simple yet impactful tech projects. Whether you are a beginner or an enthusiast, this project will guide you step by step through creating your own project. Let's make a game. So in the last lesson, we had to make an application to simplify the learning approach for lesson A or N. In this lesson, we will make a game on a scratch using different game elements. Let us see the purpose of the project creating the game. So various research shows that the video game has many benefits when played in a limit related to cognitive abilities, problem solving and hand and eyes coordination, etc. And second one, with a turnover of $890 million in 2080, the video game sector is still underdeveloped in India as compared to other Asian countries such as China and South Korea as per the Wikipedia data. So what do you think we can do? We will create the game. Let's see the objective of the project. The objective is to make a video game using different game elements. And second one, we will learn and use the variable concept of coding in our program for creating the game. So when green flag is key, our dots by the roaming in city, our score is 0 and timer is started from 0. So when a space key is pressed, then the signal hits the alphabet, then our score will be changes by 1. So within a 40 seconds, if our hit to the alphabet is more than 5, then our backdrop will be changes to the on, otherwise it will be lose 1. So let's look what will happen with our case. So in our case, our score is 1 only within a 40 seconds, so we will be lose 1. Let's study the abstraction. Abstraction makes understand project and make it as a simple. So first of all, what will happen on the stage? The sprite dot will be moves on the stage. Next one, the sprite dot will send a signal to hit the target. Third one, the target keeps changing its location. And fourth one, for hitting each target, the score will increases by 1. And fifth one, if the player wins if the score is more than 5 in a 40 seconds. And next one is what sprites and backdrops will be needed on the stage. So in a demo we will see that we require the dot sprite signal, sprite letter with all alphabet costume and night city backdrop. So let's start with the creating the project. Let's make a game. First of all, we will select the sprite to be needed. So we have to go into this. After that, we have to select our first sprite as a dot sprite. We have to select this. After that, we have to draw our next sprite as a signal. For that, we have to select the circle. We have to draw this signal. It is of the same size as that of the signal located over the head of the dot sprite and the same color. So we have to rename it as a signal. After that, third sprite is the letter with the different alphabets costume. For that, we have to choose a sprite, select the letter, and we have to select the letter from A to E. So likewise, we have to go into the costumes. In costumes, we have to again go into the choose a costume, letter. Likewise, we have to select the B. Okay. So we have to select up to the E letter. So repeat the same process. So our third sprite we have also made letter with alphabet cost. So we have made this is 3 sprite dot signal and letter with alphabet cost. We will select the backdrop for this project. Okay. So we will go into this, choose a backdrop. We will select the night city. We will select this night city as a backdrop. We have to make duplicate of it. So this first one is required when we play the game. Second one is required when we own the game. So we'll rename it likewise, and third one is required when we lose the game. So when we own the game, so it appeared you own. So we'll make it as a large one. After that, when you lose the game, again you lose. So color will be the red one, and we'll make it as a large. You lose. You. So we have created the 3 different backdrops: play, own condition and lose condition. So we'll start writing the code for our first sprite, dot sprite. So this dot sprite will be moved. So for that, this will be moved when green flag is to be clicked. So select the green flag. We have to provide the motion. For that, we have to take this moves 10 steps. After that, we have to change the costume during this motion. So we have to select the next costume from loop. After that, we have to appear it's moving. For that, we have to use the wait block. So provide the wait for a 0.2 second. If it reaches on the edges, it will be bounce back. For that, we have to select the if on edge bounce. So go into the motion. In a motion, we have the if on edge bounce. While returning, it will be written on the left right condition. So use this set rotation box. So whatever the blocks we have written, so these things will be happen again and again. For that, we have to use the forever blocks from the control itself. So use the forever and put whatever the code we have required into this one. So we will check whether it works or not. So when green flag is to be clicked, let's start writing the code for the signal sprite. First of all, we go into the event. In the event, we have to select the when space key is pressed. So our signal sprite will be passed through the signal located over the dot sprite. So for that, we have to go into the motion. In a motion, we have to go to random position. So in place of random, we have to select the dot and it will be moving in a vertical direction. So change y by 6, and this process will be happened repeat and repeat again. So in a control, we have the repeat block. We have to repeat this here as a 50 times and put this in. So let's try whether it runs or not. So when space key is pressed, it will pass to the dot by. So it actually works. So let's start coding for the next sprite later with the alphabet. So in first part of the coding in this sprite, so we will code for the changing alphabet. So we firstly go into the event. In a event, when green flag is to be clicked, we have to, and after that we will go into the looks. In a looks, we have to switch the costume. We have to change the costume from A to E. For that, we have to go into the operator. In operator, we have to pick random 1 to, in place of the 10, we have only A to E. So 1 to 5. After that, this alphabet will change in the position. So we have to go into the motion. In a motion, we have the set X. So in X, we have to again go into the operator. In operator, we have the pick random. So in this position of the alphabet will changing from minus 200 to plus 200, and whatever this changing alphabet, it has a certain weight. So we have to provide the weight for the 5 seconds, and this code changing the costume and changing its position, this happen again and again. So we have to use the forever block and put this code inside the forever block. So we will test whether our code is running or not. So E is there. After 5 seconds, A position will be there. So it will be actually running. Let's code second part of the code for the letter with the alphabet. So in this, when our alphabet will touches the signal, then our score will increases. First we will go into the event. In the event, when a green flag is to be clicked, after that it touches the signal. For that, in go into the control. In a control, we have the if then block. For touches, we have to go into the sensing, choose the touching. If it touches the signal, then our score will be increases. For that, go into the variable, make a variable as a score and use the change my variable. In place of my variable, our score will be there. The score will be increases and certain sound will be here. So we will select this sound as a start sound, bonk. Okay. After that, whatever the code we have written for the changing alphabets and moving alphabet, we have to make it duplicates. So we have make it as a duplicate, and we don't require the wait command. So we place it here, and whatever the code earlier we have written, place it in its original position. And whatever the code we have written inside the if then condition, so it happen again and again. So we will use the control. In a control, we have the forever block and put this in the forever block. So let's test the our written code. So green flag is clicked. So if it touches the given, our score. If does not touches, our score will not increase. So our code will be execute success. Let's start with the third part of the coding for the sprite letter with the alphabet, in which if our score is more than 5 within a time of the 40 seconds, then our backdrop will be changes accordingly. So for that, first of all, we'll go into the event. In an event, when a green flag is to be clicked, after that the backdrops to become to be of the play. So switch backdrop to play. After that, we have to reset the timer from the 0 itself. So for that, we have to go into the sensing. In the sensing, we have the reset timer. After that, we have to use if then block. So in a control, we have the if then block. So if then block, we have to state the condition that if within a time of the 40 seconds, if our heat is more than the 5, we will on. So for that, we have to go into the operator. In a operator, we have this operator. In operator, we have to specify the condition that our timer will be the 40. So after that, we have to again put up the condition that if our score will be greater than 5. So for that, we have to use the if then else block. For that, we have to go into the control, use this one, again go into the operator. In a operator, we have this operator. In this operator, we have to put the condition that if our score is greater than 5. For that, we have to go into the variable. In a variable, we have the score we have the score. If our score is greater than 5, then our backdrop will be switches to the on. So we for that we have to go into the looks. In a looks we have the switch backdrops to on. After that our will be stop. For that we have to use the stop all. If our score is less than 5 within a time of the 40 seconds, then our backdrop will be of the lose one. So for that go into the looks. In a looks we have the switch backdrops to lose, and again in a control we have to stop the given game. So stop all. So this way we have created the coding. And let's start with the fourth part of the coding that in event, when you go into the event, when a green flag is to be clicked, then in a variable we have to set the score to the 0. Means when we click the green flag, our score will be initially to be 0, and we have set the timer to display the timer on the screen. So likewise we have created our let's make a game. So let's test the game. So in which initially score reset to be 0, time started up to 4. When you space key is pressed, then our signal will be hit. If signal hits, then our score will be increases by 1 value. If within 40 seconds, if our hit is more than 5, then our backdrop will be appear to 1, otherwise it will be lose 1. So let's see, score is up to 2 only, 33 seconds, score is up to 2 only, 36, 33, 39, and you lose. And the next part is the quiz on the basis of what you have learned today while creating the game. So question number 1, what will happen with the block set score to 0? Think on it. You have the 4 options, okay? So yes, the right answer is the value of the variable score will be initialized to 0. Then move towards the second question. The current value of the variable score is 5. What will happen with the program given? We have given the program of the conditional statement. If score is greater than 15, then backdrop will be on, otherwise it will be the lose one. We have the 4 options A, B, C, D. Choose the correct answer. Okay, the correct answer will be the stage will have the backdrop you lose one. Then we will move towards the closing part of the session, in which first one, what did we do today? So today we will create the video game that contains the different game elements. Second one, what did you learn? So in this we have learned the different loops condition, forever, conditional statements, and variables concepts. In the next part of the video series we will code for making a calculator for the arithmetic expression. Thank you for watching this video. We will see you in the next video series.